I want to know from you guys your name, your dog's name, breed, and age. If you, I think that's all we need for right now. Experience with tripod is 6 people are from my former class. You guys know each other already. 2 people are new right now in the class, and that's Susie and Carrie. And they can maybe explain real quickly a little bit what tripod experience they already have. Okay. Order will be, just so you know, Laura, then Jean, then Amy, then Christina, then Katie, Susie, Nancy, Carrie. Okay, that's the order in which I want to introduce you. So first we start with Laura.
He hears her voice. It's scream. I'm sorry. My dog won't do anything. He won't go pee because he hears your voice.
Okay, so I'll mute you real quickly, Nancy, okay?
Okay.
Laura can introduce herself. Just a second.
Okay.
Okay, Laura?
Hi, my name's Laura Atwood, and I'm working my dog Piper. I don't think you can see her right now. I think we're too close. Working my dog Piper. She is an almost 5-year-old Rottweiler.
Very good. Thank you, Laura. We can hear you wonderfully. All right, and I'll go ahead and mute you. And the next one is Jean.
Hi, my name is Jean. My dog's name is Ozzy. He's 16 months old, and he's an Australian cattle dog. He loves Trayvon.
Thank you, Jean. Terrific. There you are. They're switching around here even. I unmute you here and then I mute you somewhere else. Amy is next. Oh, hold on. I think I just muted you accidentally again. Say it again.
My name is Amy. My dog's name is Kona. Kona is a little over 2.5 years old. She's a Siberian Husky. And I have to confess, we haven't worked the last couple of weeks, so today could be a very surprising day for me while we do this.
You know, I love your garage, and I think if she runs a couple of zoomies in there first, that's totally fine. Thank you, Amy. Okay, next is Christina.
Hi, I'm Christina, and Gracie is a 6-year-old mutt of some variety, and can't see her because she's back snoozing on the couch. So hopefully she'll wake up for class.
We'll see you in a bit. Sounds good. Thank you, Christina. Christina is a little bit in the same boat with Carrie because they're both not local. Where one is actually, Christina is from Kodiak, which doesn't seem too far away, but it's still too far away to come to classes. Kodiak is an island here in Alaska. And so she's not able to take classes in person with me, and Carrie is in the same boat. She cannot take classes in person with me either because she's from the East Coast, right? Yeah, okay, you'll explain it later where exactly you are from. You can tell us then. Okay, so Christina is there, and then next we have Katie.
All right.
Gotcha.
Oh, hey, it works. Okay. I am Katie, and Hazelnut is my dog, and she's kind of curled up in a ball over here. But she is a 2-year-old Labradoodle.
Very good, very good. And I can't wait to have her back in daycare in June and have her play with my Luz.
Like the first day, it's like, it's my birthday present because June 2nd is my birthday. And so it's like, oh, my birthday present is my dog gets to go play.
Excellent. We're opening up daycare again. Yep, Jean, you got to go on board with that. Okay, next is Susie.
Hi, my name is Susie. I have a 4.5-year-old border collie. We skipped out on beginner class. We're hoping to catch up quickly with intermediate. We've been working on targeting, and she can push a ball pretty well. It's just a matter of impulse control because she loves pushing the ball. Her name is Madison.
Madison, thank you very much, Susie. Excellent, very good. Okay, and then next we have Nancy.
Nancy, this is George, and 2 weeks from today, he will be 1 year old, and he's a golden retriever, and he loves tri-ball so much that every night, if we haven't played around with it during the day, every night about 8 o'clock, he comes up to me and just barks really, really loud. Like, we didn't play ball today, and he loves it. And like right now, he's barking because he wants to get to play with the ball, but we're taking time talking, and that's so. Thank you, and we'll work to be patient.
That is beautiful. I love it, Nancy. Awesome. Okay, and then we have Carrie. Where are you here on my screen? There we go.
Hi, I'm Carrie, and I'm working with Dexter. He is an American Cocker Spaniel. He's 8 years old, just in April. And I was actually taking his sister to try ball, their siblings, and I finally decided, oh, I'll see if they'll let him come play too. And he just zoomed past her skills-wise, and he just loves it. If you saw the video I put out there, he bounces his way through it. So you guys do different kind of skills, and the class that I was in was very kind of, what do you guys want to do today? We weren't really doing formal tri-ball courses. At the end, we were just getting together like a social group and playing fun games. So we need to go back and work on some skills and kind of tighten it up a little bit. But I'm excited to be with you all.
Thank you. And where are you from, Carrie?
Oh, sorry, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Okay, all righty, very good. I'm glad you're joining us, Carrie. That will be terrific. You can bring some new skills back to your class there, to your practicing group. Excellent. We do have a practicing group too, and I wanna. I think we have. I have a Facebook group where I think, I don't know if Susie wants to join that. I think you got an invite for that, but you can also look for the group. It's called BetCo Tribal Intermediate, May 2020. If you want to look for that, that's a place where people can maybe post some practicing videos or something like that. And then I will, if there was any training questions on that Facebook group, I will mention it in the class at the next week if I saw that, because we don't have everybody on Facebook. So we want to make sure that nobody gets left out that is not on Facebook. But yes, it's definitely a group where we can exchange videos as well a little bit, just a support group. But if anything comes up training question wise, we will discuss those training questions as well at the next meeting, virtual meeting, so that whoever isn't on Facebook gets to hear the answers to those questions as well. Cool. Okay. All right. I'm Claudia. I own this facility. I think most of you guys know me besides Carrie. She's the only one that doesn't know me right now. I am a certified professional dog trainer. You know that one, Carrie, probably from our other group. I have started tri-ball. Gosh, I don't even know how long ago, but if you'll see my shirt later from the back, we'll put a picture of that one on there later when we go on the other screen. I have taken part of the World Tri-ball League in 2013-14 already with my other dog Sally that I had before Lucy, before I had my Lucy here. Sally was really doing well in tri-ball and was doing challenges and took part in the World Tri-ball Winter League and did some challenges there and was really good there. And I could send her out like 50 feet or something like that, and she would actually pick up the balls. I don't know, the guys who know my facility, she would be able to bring a ball by herself from the field through the gate. It was only one gate back then, not the double gate, but one gate, through that gate, over the parking lot, up the ramp into the garage where we needed to put the balls away. So that was quite a ways to go, and it has to go uphill into the ramp up there, and then she was wrong, and then she had to get it around the cars, the vehicles there. It wasn't a straight path, so she had to get the ball around vehicles that were parked there. Then she was missing the entrance of the garage door, and then she had to bring it back around the corner and stuff, and she did all that by herself without much help. It was just terrific to watch her to be successful with that. That was incredible. I could do it with her on fields as well, outside, anywhere else too. She was really a champ at that. Lou's a little bit of a different story. She's a work in progress. So teaching intermediate is great, and doing practicing groups, just like Carrie did it already. She can do that too. That's a lot of fun. But a super advanced group at this point, I would not be able to demo that. But the good thing is that all the skills are there, and the only thing for an advanced group will then be to put more distance to it. So that's then the advanced part, is more distance. Everything else stays the same pretty much. So if you're getting more advanced than my dog, then you just add more distance than I do in my demos, and that's fine. Okay. I have a helper here today, by the way. I don't want to forget that. Allison is here with me today. She will be my second set of video, my videographer, basically. You see, I'm here at the Better Companion. This is my laptop that stays in place where I'm talking from and looking at you guys when you're practicing. And I have Claudia Zieler at the bottom there too, as an extra participant who is right now muted and video is off. That will turn on when I show you demos with my dog. Then I will show the demos from there. And Allison is the one who is following me with the camera, so that you can get close-ups from the demos. So the demos are not just away from the screen here, far away there, but you really get them close up with the videographer following me there closely. So that's Allison. She actually is a client of mine, and she actually also has started teaching with me in agility. So her big hobby is agility with her dog. She has Shelties, and so she will do the agility. She has done agility classes here. Then she started actually trialing with her dogs, and now she has come back to teach with me agility. And tripod is new to her, so I just invited her to be here and learn about tripod by being my videographer. Okay, very good. So let's go ahead and start. We always want to start with some warm-ups, and the warm-ups will be, let me go into my thing real quickly. They will probably be most likely the same a little bit in the beginning of each class, which will be using the basket for a lineup practice, and you can also have a ball in there already or not. That doesn't really matter as much, and also a outrun to the target. Oh yeah, okay. Where you have them actually go behind the ball to the target and have them sit, stay there, or stand, stay there. And I'll show you that real quick with Luz. I just had to read that one sentence on Metallic. That must make sense, makes total sense. Okay, I'll go and switch over to the warm-up. Here we go. Okay, so what we need for the warm-up is actually just one, and I can use a basket here and a ball, and just one of them. I just have it set up for later already, like this. And that would be for the orientation right now. So orientation is just either a ball or a basket or both, however you want to do that, where you remind your dog about the lining up behind the ball. So dog goes behind the ball, line up, and gets clicked for that nice position. And you could see she was with her nose here, but then she actually adjusted her hind end too. That's kind of what we want from them. We want them to come with the nose around. So we'll do this in a circle. Basically, as a warm-up, what you want to do is you want to actually do not push the ball right now. You are looking like you want to do that. No, not yet. Sit. Thank you. That's better. That way I know you're not doing it. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to go one time circling to the right and one time circling all the way to the left. It looks like this, and I show you just a half a circle or so, not a full circle, so you can see how it looks like. Probably go a little bit further away if you want to. We have her line up. I am going this way. Now she has to line up to me again. Line up. Click. Cookie far over there, right? If your cookies don't bounce too much, you might be able to toss them on the ground there, but mine will probably bounce too much. So then you continue on. You go to a different spot. Dog has to follow and line up. Click. And cookie, if it doesn't bounce too much and gets fed right there, down there is good. Lower is nice. Otherwise, feed it out of your hand. Don't feed the cookie above the ball here. Feed the cookie clearly on the other side over there, okay? So this is just this one. We do one direction, the other direction, line up, okay? So that's the warm-up number one. The dog lining up on the other side, one time counterclockwise, another time clockwise, one time around. Second warm-up, using your target here and getting your dog to go behind the target. Now, when you start, come here. When you start with your ball here, they can't even see the target mat right now. So start with your dog a little bit off to the side so that they can see the mat. Excellent. And then click them for being on the mat there. And then you can ask them on the mat to sit, for example. Sit. And she can hardly keep her feet on there, but that's okay. Very good. So So you can have them mixing between sitting and standing a little bit. Then you call them back to you. Come. Very good. Excellent job. Okay, and then you can send them out this way again. Target. Stay. Very good. Excellent job. Feed them over there where they are. And then release cue. Okay. Good girl. Excellent. And give them treats for coming to you as well in between. Now, depending on how much space you have at home, you can expand that. I always like starting the dog next to me, kind of. And sometimes I just circle them around me, that way they're next to me. And from here, if she's on my left side, I will send her around the left side of the ball. If she's on my right side, send her around the right side of the ball. Now, I'm an agility person. In agility, I would use this hand to guide the dog over to this side here. In tri-ball, we actually over-exaggerate a little bit, and we use the other arm to send them out there, like this. Target. Very good. Excellent. And you will see me sometimes probably using the other hand because I'm so used to that from agility that I'll probably not always am 100% correct. I'm trying really hard to switch that over right now into the other arm. I was always reluctant to do that in tribal because I thought it would maybe screw up my agility, but I have talked to several people and they all do that. They all use the closer arm for agility, but then use this arm for tribal, and it seems to be not too confusing for the dog. It actually makes it easier for the dog to understand to go this way around the ball, obviously. So that's what I want you to practice there. Okay, so these two warm-ups for you right now until so that we can then go into the specifics of some new stuff. All right. Okay, I had to release my dog to make sure she would come to me. Very good. Okay, so I'm watching you guys. First warm-up is just round the clock, where we actually line them up around the item. That's a nice ball for Piper there. Big. Yep, exactly. Good with Piper. Very good. Madison is like, I want to push. I want to push. You can't hold me back here. That's the thing, the impulse control of not pushing. Pushing a ball will actually in this class be only maximum 25% of the whole class. That's really important. Mary, would you be able to come a little bit closer to the screen? The light back there is really making it hard to see. That's good. Perfect. Thank you, Mary, I'm saying. See, I'm saying Mary, Carrie, but you knew who I meant. Mary Gohon is Carrie. Very nice low feeding there with hazelnut. Beautiful. Gracie going nicely on the other side there. Feed her further away. Make sure she's not coming towards your hand for the cookie. You come all the way to her for the cookie with the cookie. Stretch a little bit further to Gracie there. So she's not trying to sideways come along. Yeah, perfect. That's it. Very good. George is a little bit close to the ball right now. I would probably try to feed him further away from the ball so he's not as close. Looks like you can't hardly drop a piece of paper between him and the ball. And that means he'll easily push it out of position. Nice, that's good. Beautiful, Nancy, beautiful. And Kona is there and doing well. Look at that. Very good. Yep, no pawing, nope. Yep, nice, exactly. Laying down that she can't paw it, that's good. There's nothing wrong with laying down behind the ball, especially if it helps you with the impulse control. I tell you what, I'm glad you're all muted. Jean, you should see Susie's Madison. I see some Barker there. Jean, that would make Jean happy, Susie, because Ozzy is usually a bit impatient too, and as a quick barker when he gets frustrated. So that was one of the major things with Ozzy, to work on him not barking as much. Cool, cool. As soon as Madison gets the idea and understands what you want from her, she'll stop the barking. Probably she'll get more content about, oh, I know what you want from me. No, she won't. Yeah, that's part of her. Okay. Usually barking is a sign of impatience, confusion, frustration, something of that, you know. And if we can minimize the frustration and minimize and then teach them more patience, then the barking will get better. Nice job, guys. Nice job. So you know when you have done the all the way around in both directions, right? I will see that you're done when you switch over to using the target behind the ball. Or maybe Laura did that already, and I just didn't see the target there. Exactly. Okay. All right. So second part of the warm-up will be to use a target mat and have the dog go to the target mat behind the ball. Exactly. Very nice, Madison. Very good. Hyper, beautiful. Excellent. Nice, Madison. Good job, Dexter. Yeah, excellent, Dexter. Very good. Nice job. Looking good, guys. Yep. Oh, Kona runs to the target mat back there. Beautiful. When you feed her, make sure you push her just a little tiny bit back where her front feet are on the mat. For the book there, the little book that you have there, Amy. She goes nicely, she runs to the mat there, and then she jumps forward to get the cookie. So we want to get her back again with the front feet on the mat for the feeding part. See that? Now get her back on the mat for the feeding. There, exactly. That's where she gets fed, and only there. Exactly, Amy. That's it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Well done. George doing good. He loves his phone book there. Very good. You can be a little bit closer to the ball with the book if you wanted to right now, Nancy. I would say, I don't know, a foot or two closer. But that's good. I mean, gosh, nothing wrong with that either. Exactly. Very good, Nancy. Very good. Beautiful. Yeah, exactly. Push Ozzy back. Very good. Nicely. Well done, guys. Well done. And it's all about not pushing the ball. Darn it. Darn it, darn it. But I want to push the ball. So here's what I want you to do, Susie. Just don't use a ball right now. Put the chair there instead. Take the ball away and use a chair. Oh, just take the ball away and use the chair and put the chair instead of the ball, or only the box. If the box is not visible enough, then use the chair and just have him go behind the chair and don't even have the ball in the picture right now. If it's too hard for Madison to ignore the ball, then she just doesn't get it. Exactly. And she can line up behind the chair. That's how we started in beginner class. We didn't have a ball there. Ooh, she knows how to run around it. I love it. Cool, exactly. So teach her these things without the ball in place first, and when they're really sturdy, then try to involve the ball. The first time we involved the ball was actually the ball sitting in a basket like mine, where it's not as enticing for the dog to push, or in a cardboard box or so, where it's harder for the dog to push it, where they don't really know how they could possibly get it out of there because it's really deep in there, you know. And only then we would, after that, use the ball, go around. I think Dexter did really good with that, right? He didn't have the issue of wanting to push too much. Carrie, question?
No.
Good.
No, just
Exactly, very good. I saw Susie having a little bit of an issue with the dog wanting to push the ball a lot. So I had Susie take another obstacle besides the ball so that she could push easier. So she could not, so you wouldn't have to worry about the pushing the ball and always have to say, no, you shouldn't push, you shouldn't push. I don't want to discourage the dog about pushing the ball, right? So we don't punish the dog for pushing the ball in any way. We don't say, no, you shouldn't do this right now. We just don't have a ball there to push. Teach them first the targeting. So Susie's in the same boat with you a little bit about having taught the dog a lot of pushing, but not necessarily the structure around the non-pushing. Cool, very good, excellent. So that was really good, excellent. I think we can go ahead to another exercise that we want to play. And you can play the exercise with balls or without balls. That's up to you guys how it works. I show you how I have it set up with like one ball and two other items, but that could be 3 objects and no ball, or it could be 3 balls, or it could be anything in between. So everything open there, because we are not pushing balls at this point right now. I think today we're not pushing balls at all. Unless we want to at the end a little bit. But for right now, I don't want to push balls for today. Today, I really want to work on other things than pushing balls. Okay, I'll show you the exercise with loose. Do I need to do, I wonder if no, let's do that, okay. Okay, so basically what I want to do today is we have 3 items there, and I put a basket here, a chair in the middle, a ball on the side, and I use 3 targets here. And the idea is, and if you don't have the room and can only take 2, then do 2. 3 is nice because we can work on that a little bit more. I think I skipped one. Yeah, that's right. I skipped one. Hold on. Let me go back. This is number 3. This is exercise. Okay. I need to go to number 2 first. I skipped one. Okay, because you need that for this one. I was thinking, wait a second, we didn't teach that yet. Oh, we need to teach that now. Okay, let's go here. Okay, what we need to teach them for this exercise actually is we need to teach them a keep going signal. Keep going signal, KGS, keep going signal, is something like go on, go on, go on. Okay, that means keep going, keep going. And that's what I use for loose. How efficient she is in that, you will see in a second. I show you the steps how to teach that. Basically on the dog to go on the same direction they were already going. In this case right now, I teach her to go on away from me. And what I do with this is I first toss cookies and have her go away from me this way. So probably if you stand a little bit behind me, then you can easier just have it on in one picture there a little bit more. Exactly. All right. So what I will do is I will start tossing a cookie and say, go on, as a keep going signal. Go on. Super eager. I might have to get the other cookies. All right. And then I can actually go to her if she's eating so long. And then I start from here, I can do the same thing again and go the other direction. Have her line up with me a little bit. Ready, 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 ready. Go on. Yay, good job. And then I can go to the other side again here and start from here again. That goes a little bit faster with her, I guess, instead of waiting for her to come back to me. So first step is I'm tossing the cookie and saying, go on, right? Go on. Good job. She already started out there looking for the cookie. I wanted to encourage her for that. Then another step will be that I'm running along with her a little bit and then have her hopefully go with me. Go on! And toss the cookie out there. Very good. So I'm running a little bit with her. Run, run, run! Go on! And toss the cookie out. So she knows she has to go a little bit further away from me to get to the cookie. So I'm running along with her and tell her to go on. Eventually, I have already a scent for her where I'm sending her away from me. I call it away. So eventually I can use away first and then tell her to go on further than that. So I would say away, go on, and then toss the cookie out. So that she learns that go on is further than away. Away is a start, go on is further. Okay? So I would say away, go on, yay. And then she gets the cookie. All right? So she learns to go further on with that because the cookie will be even further out there. All right? So that's called the keep going signal. I want you to practice that first with your dog, and that's what we will need for the next exercise. Going to my screen. Very good. All right, keep going signal. We want the dogs to go away from us, exactly. Question, Susie? Yes.
Whoops, careful.
I unmuted somebody else, hold on. You disappeared all of a sudden. There you are. Once I lowered your hand, you went to the bottom. Here you are. Okay, now I unmuted you.
Can we use a toy rather than a treat?
Yeah, good question. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Definitely
Okay.
for a border collie, yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Amy, there's something blocking half of your view. I don't know if that's a cloth there in front of the video, in front of the TV, in front of the camera there, Amy, but your view is halfway blocked somehow. I see very little only. There's something in front of the camera. It's better halfway. Now it's really only half before. Yep, that's better. Now it's gone. Yep, now it's gone. Perfect. Exactly. You're running along with them a little bit and you try to toss the treat even further out so they really learn to go away from you towards the cookie feeding area there. Nice, Dexter, running into the light there. Very good. Excellent. Exactly. And eventually, but that might not happen today with your dogs. And depending on how willing your dogs are to go away from you, you can wait for the dog to go on further because you say it and then toss the cookie as a reward. Right now, we are bribing them with the cookie to run away from us. And you might eventually see that your dog is actually already starting to run further in expectation of you throwing the cookie. And that's when the cookie becomes a reward. When the dog first runs away from you in expectation of the cookie to come, and then the cookie comes as a reward. So that's when we're switching from bribery into reward. And we actually have the dog really going ahead away from us and the treat comes afterwards. The hope is that the dog is looking more for where the treat will land rather than your arm throwing it. So we are hoping that the dog will more look towards the treat landing area and listen to the go on with the ears, but not look at you as much so that they look for where the treat will land rather than where your arm is throwing it. Because they have an expectation already of the treat landing there or the toy as a matter. Good. Very good, guys.
Any suggestion for anything other than away? I already use away.
Well, for me, the away for me means go straight away from me, basically, in the direction my arm is pointing. Let me think. Move. I have heard somebody using move.
Okay, thank
Out.
you.
Yeah, exactly. Just out. I use away where other people use out, actually. I started my away instead of out for the agility people. Agility use out, and I use away instead. And that became my major cue to get her away from me. Almost any direction, I think. I don't know if she really knows which direction she needs to go away from me. Away, push, not push. No, you can't say push because it's for the ball later. Unless you use for the ball something else, you know, drive. Then you could even use push. Away, out, move. What do the hunting people use? But they quarter the dogs a little bit different anyways. Cool, cool. Okay. I think that was a good long exercise for them right now. Let's give the dogs a break real quickly and go back to the computer so you can watch me again. And now comes the directionals with the lily pad, with the first exercise, where we want to use directionals and want to start using the go on exercise as well. Go on means go on from this target mat to the next target mat. So that's where go on will be handy. And the target mats will help us to give the dogs like a focus point on where to go to. It will make it easier for them to go from station to station, basically a little bit. Actually used in horse training as well. When horses learn with clicker to walk and to have a carry a rider, they actually go from station to station there too. Okay, so I'll show you that with loose, how that would look like. Where's my cursor? There's my cursor. Okay, I'll go ahead and. So let's go ahead and I show you now the three that I just prepared already. Loose, come, you have it. Sorry. Okay, almost made Allison trip here. So the idea is now that I can send my dog, and the end idea, if you want to give them an overview real quickly over the whole thing. so they can see the setting of the three. So the end idea will be these three items there. That I can actually send my dog standing in the middle here, and I can send my dog from the middle here around this item to that basket there, to that target there, and then to the other target, to this target, around and back to me. So thank you. That was very well shown. Very well. Thank you very much. I'll take it. Very good, girl. So that's the thing with what I'm going to teach in both directions. In the original tri-ball, we do not want them to cut through the middle too much. The reason for why we don't want them to cut through the middle is if they really run out there, and let's say this ball here would lay along the fence line there and end of the field already, if there's a field there where the dogs have to collect balls from, if the green line is or a little bit there is the end of the field here, and the ball is out there, then we want them to, can they see the ball there?
Yeah.
Park basket, okay. So then they can actually, if they walk through here and they accidentally push this, the ball might start rolling and rolls all the way over there and out the field line, right? Out the field. So let's say the yellow is the field line then. So we want them to, if they're close to the edge, we want them to always surround them from this side, so that then they would rather, if they accidentally touch the ball that's surrounding it, push the ball inside rather than outside the field. Plus, because this is a sport that started with herding, the herding dogs were always, going around the sheep and not through the middle of the flock, right? So that's kind of where that comes from. Everything is open though later on. I mean, when it really gets to getting a specific ball, yes, you can send them straight down the middle too, if it's not a problem. But we want to also teach them to go around. So that's what we want to learn here. So we'll send the dog around, loose. And tri-ball hand, again, the opposite hand. The tri-ball hand will say this way, and this way will in the end be counterclockwise. So that will be away to me, which is not what I'm using. So this is the away to me. She's doing very well, so give her a treat for that. Stay right there. Counterclockwise, counter, away to me. Clockwise will be come by, or clockwise, right? So clockwise, come by, away to me. I have to admit that I'm using different cues for loose because I could never remember combined away to me besides thinking about the clock. So I had to think clockwise means come by the clock. Okay, come by is the cue. So now I think clockwise clock, and I think counterclockwise counter, and that's what I'm saying. So that saved me a step in between of thinking about that means come by the clock. So I say counter for that, and I'm not sure how much Luce actually knows these things already or how much she cares about it. Counter, and then I can have my clicker ready, and she gets on the target, click, and she gets a cookie for that. And here comes now the go on signal, right? So I can tell her to go on. I can tell her go on, and click her for the last target here, right? So now she had to go on, and I'm feeding her there, and then she goes counter and comes back to me this way. Okay, very good job. And then we do the same thing clockwise for sure and send them clockwise. And you can always switch up a little bit when you do it several times in a row until I have watched everybody, a few guys. You can always stop in the middle too. You don't have to go across the middle always. So sometimes stop in the middle. Dogs should never anticipate anything. You need to make it so that they never know what's happening. Good girl. So I could, for example, say that this time around, Luce, I wanted to go clock. This arm, clock, Luce, go on, target. Excellent, good job. And then she gets the cookie here. All right, good job, excellent. You can also throw in some sits back there, have the dog sits in between and then go on. So whatever you want to do there, a little bit open there, but the sending always around the last obstacle there here, okay? That's how we send them always, okay? All right, let's see how that works. Here we go. I'll watch you guys, how you're doing. You know what she might want? She might want some water. I don't have any bowl out there right now. I have them in there. All right. Amy got a different ball. I like it. It's a little bit bigger, right? Looks good. Nice, Piper, exactly. And you can also, if you send them like to the, if you call them 1, 2, and 3, if you send them counted to 3 and then to 2 and 1, you can also from there turn them around back and have them go clock to 2 and 3 again. So lots of different ways how to send the dogs there. There's nothing right or wrong there, but sending them from target to target without pushing the balls, exactly. Dexter went a little bit too close there, but it's a little bit tight there anyways, that's fine. Exactly. Yep, he turns tight around the corners. And that's why you want to always send them around, so that they more likely push the balls in the field rather than outside the field. Very good. It's not as much space for him there. Very good. Excellent. Nice with George. Very good. Keep him back there. Exactly. And from back there, just help him to go to the next target. And yes, you will have to maybe use your hands to help him and go and lead him with your target hand to the other target. That's totally fine. Out, out, exactly. Yeah, good, Nancy. Well done, Nancy. Well done. Well done. Feed him as far back as you can, front paws on the target. Exactly. You always want to try to feed them while the front feet are on the target, not the hind end. As consistent as we can be with that, that's great. We don't tell them, oh, you're wrong, or so we just say, hey, go a little bit further back and I feed you right there. Great. Kona standing on her target there beautifully. Not, I have, maybe I missed it, but I have not seen I don't want to, let's not jinx it right now, but I haven't seen a zoomie yet. Let's say that. There was one, okay. There was one zoomie. Yes, Ozzy doing good. Look at that. Beautiful. Yeah. Out there. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. There's a frustrated dog. He's like, I should have gotten rewarded there. Mom says, no, a little bit more. You can do it. I know you can. Yes, nice helping him, Jean. Very good. Excellent job. Nice helping him through. Very good. Exactly. Barking is frustration. They need more help. Nice, Katie with hazelnut. Beautiful standing there. Excellent. Very good. Gracie went nicely backwards on her target there. That was beautiful move there. And Madison is overthinking things, just like a border collie. She's already already thinking, I know what's next. I know what's next. Nice. Well done, Susie. Yeah, exactly. Patiently. I want you to stay there. That's good. Very good. And back on the target mat. Very good. Nice, Susie. That was beautiful. Well done. Good job sending Dexter around the right. Very good. And I can't really tell you which arm is right or wrong. You kind of have to figure out what works for your dog best, probably, and what you think will be the most consistent for your dog. Carrie, what you can do with the target mats to have Dexter maybe not cut the ball as close is put the target mat instead of right behind the ball, more to the outside, so that they're fanning out a little bit, right? The right and left target mat, if they're further outside, then Dexter might not cut the corner as tight to the ball right now. Might be easier for him. And the other possibility would be, it looks like you have more space the other way. If you go perpendicular to what you have right now, then Dexter might have more room for that. That might work too. And I should be able to see you still. If you put the balls the other direction, right? That way you have maybe more room for Dexter. Looks to me that you have more room lengthwise than sideways. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Gives you more place there. Exactly. That way he has more room to go around them on the side. Yeah, exactly. And then the last target met a little bit outside so that he can actually go to the target without cutting too short there around the balls. Exactly. That will help. Cool, guys. Cool. Wonderful. You can play this game for hours. We don't want to exhaust our dogs that much, but you can see how you can play this game for a long time without getting too bored, because you can switch up so many different things. You can sometimes stop and ask for a sit. You can sometimes have them go over a target. You can have them go both directions. You can have them change directions, either from the home base where you are or from any of the pads, right? They can change direction from any of the pads. So a lot of different things to do with that. But yes, I think we're good with that for now. Laura, my thought. I think we're good. Okay, I do have another exercise for you, and that's now called the lily pad exercise. Okay, lily pad exercise is without any balls, with only targets. There's only targets set up this time, and I show you the setup, and then I show you what to, and basically the exercise is pretty similar, but there's a lot of things you can do with that exercise actually too, and I show you what's all possible with that exercise. Let me, yeah, go here. Okay, let's switch the screen. Okay, so let's go this way. Okay, let me get some good cookies here real quickly. Okay, here we go. Come on, let's wake you up a little bit. She's getting tired, second hour. Okay, so this is my lily pad, and I actually ended up 8 targets, and I told you only need 4 to 6 or so, or 4 to 8, I think I said in my prep email. So think about this as a circle, and you can make the circle out of only 4 pads too, right? So 4 pads, 6 pads, 8 pads, however many stations you can think of, you can make it, but it's supposed to be a circle. I think that's better. Okay, so here's the thing. You can direct your dog from inside the circle. You can walk with your dog along the circle, okay, and help your dog from pad to pad in any direction, right? Which could be this way, going backwards a little bit, getting your dog this way with you, or getting your dog that way with you. That's the tribal hand, right? The opposite hand. Going this way. You can also later on go further in the middle, and then delegate the dog from the middle. So the further away you can be, the better. You can make this whole circle bigger in your yard or so, right? You can then say, can I do it this way, where I just tell you where to go, but I'm standing in the middle and I'm not moving anymore. And here comes the advanced version of that, which we do not do today. But the advanced version of that is that you can be out here and can delegate the dog from out here. You would first start being uneven, like you would be from here to here to here. Can I direct my dog here around, and then behind here a little bit closer, and then around this or the other way? And then you would step outside and you would see, can I do it from here? And once you can do it from here and delegate your dog in any direction here, then you can start creating distance. And now if you can delegate the dog over this course here in any direction from out here, you can do almost anything with your dog. Okay, then you're really teaching your dog a lot of distance control, being outside the field, which is not an intermediate class goal. Okay, the intermediate class goal is to be able to do it from in here with maybe a bigger circle. Okay, so that said, we do the same things. We're using the clock idea and then the counter clock, and we use the go on signal. Okay, go place, clock, go on, go on, go on, halt. Good. Sit. Good job. Okay. So something like that, right? And you see I'm saying halt for that to have her stop on a specific path. Then I want her maybe to go counter. Counter. Go on, go on, go on, go on. Yay, halt. Yes, good job. Very good. And she gets a cookie there, right? Go on. Halt. Excellent. Sometimes I don't have her sit. Sometimes I do have her sit. Sometimes I have her go faster, running maybe a little bit. Go, 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 let's go. Go, 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 go. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yay, good job. Good, excellent. Very good job, excellent. Sometimes if I want her to speed up and she is speeding up for me, I would actually reward her for the speeding up and not for a halt again. If I reward her only for halts, she will get slower and slower because she's waiting for the next halt because she knows the halts give her the cookies. So what I need to do with her to speed her up a little bit is actually rewarding her for the speeding up. All right, go on, go, 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 go. Excellent, then toss the cookie out there. That way she knows that sometimes she gets rewarded for running and sometimes she gets rewarded for stopping. Very good, excellent job. All right, okay, you guys are on with that? There's one more. All right. Here we go. Okay, back to my main screen. Okay. But like I said, it's the main idea is that you're in the middle and you have the pads around you. How many pads you can collect, that's up to you. Exactly. And you can do less pads today and then more pads tomorrow, you know. Oh, wonderful. You guys have a lot of pads. You have found a lot of pads there. Look at you guys. Beautiful. Very good. Awesome, awesome. Uh-huh. I love it when I can see people in the yard and they have really good connection there and it works really well. I'm not sure if I would have a good enough cell coverage or Wi-Fi coverage out there in the yard because my phone, I have really bad AT&T service out here. So that's not helping. Oh, Madison, jump, yay. Exactly. And Susie already working with a little bit more distance with Madison. Very good. Carrie, can you lower your screen a little bit? I can't see the floor right now. Better. Perfect. Good. Thank you. Beautiful targets. Awesome, Gracie. Yes, exactly. Exactly. So Jean, you're doing it like me, the tripod hand, the hand closer to the dog is showing, and that's how I do it usually. That's how I'm used to that. I still am not so sure how I want to do it with my dog in the end. I'm switching between both right now. I'm switching between using my agility arm, and then sometimes I use my tripod arm, which is actually the opposite one, where you actually have the opposite arm there and kind of walk forward with that arm. Yeah, go like that, which I feel awkward about. And I might only use the opposite arm to center around something more obvious. But I think if you're just running around the lily pad, the arm closer to the dog is just fine. One thing that I learned the other day, or we got reminded about the other day, is that a lot of times it's important that you actually look with your eyes and with your body in the direction you want your dogs to go to, rather than looking at your dog. So really keeping an eye on the pad in front of the dog that you want your dog to go to, rather than keeping eye contact with your dog. So that seems to be an important part of the learning curve for the dog, that you help them by looking ahead for them, right? Rather than looking at the dog as much. Beautiful, Gracie. Oh, that was nice getting her on the pad there. I love it. Exactly. Very good. Madison loves the tuck toy. Very good, Amy. Nice job. Exactly. Very good. While you're running, guys, see if you can keep an upright body. And I should not be able to say that because I'm the one who bends over all the time, but we do want to keep an upright position for when we walk with them there as good as we can. Nice, Amy. Nice. Very nice handling there. Very nice. And then it's up to you to find out with which arm do you think you can get the distance faster. They're going from target to target. So Amy, make sure you make Kona aware that she's not only following your hand, but she's really following, she's going from target to target. Once Kona understands she's going from target to target and not just following your hand, that's when you can get more distance. As long as she thinks she's just following your hand and there's just targets in her way, you will not be able to make the distance. The distance comes because Kona becomes aware of targets of mat work. And I'm not sure how Luz did that right now in the demo. I think she might have followed my hand more than anything else too. So I don't want to say Luz did that right, but I can see it right now in the video that we do want them to be more focused on going from target to target rather than on your hand. So that way you will be able to create more distance to the hand eventually. So if you feel there's too much hand involvement, then maybe reward them more often on each target. So then really stop on more targets in the middle, in the meantime maybe. And sometimes just switch it out to keep the fun in the dog. I mean, what you think is fun for the dog. Very nice, Piper, beautiful. She turned beautifully body into you with the butt out as she stopped there. Yes, nice. She really knows to line up with you, beautiful. Excellent, Dexter. Yes, nice. Beautiful with Dexter. Circling. That was a cute circle there. Dexter is so offering you tricks there. Cool. And that's good that, you know, that's what you want to see. You want to see a dog that loves just working with you, with or without a ball, right? And once you have that, then you can start putting balls out there in front of those pads, right? And maybe having 8 pads out there and only 2 balls, right? And so there's only 2 pads that have a ball in front of them, and the other ones doesn't have anything. And then maybe another one has a chair in front or something, you know. So you can mix it always up a little bit, but you're focusing on the target mat practice. Basically, you're focusing on go from target mat to target mat, and just ignore the balls in there. They're just there. They're just there. Doesn't matter. They're just there. You don't work with them right now. They're just decoration. And that's how you get the dogs to kind of learn to only push balls when you tell them to, but not because the ball is there. Right? Cool. Okay, we have a few minutes time for a couple of questions. If anybody has any questions before I let you go home with that, because that was the last exercise for today, yes. The back side of the sheet is empty. We got all the exercises for today. That shirt, oh my God, Mary, okay, Carrie. I just had a wild dog looking at me from Carrie's shirt. I was like, okay, whose dog was that? Oh, it's not a real dog, thank God. Cool, cool. Oh, I wanted to show you my shirt. Maybe I can do it from here. Hold on. Like this. That's my shirt. Can you read that from the back here? Okay, so that's my World Tribal Winter League shirt that I got for the participation in 2013-14. That was 1 year when she gave shirts out. She didn't, I think I got the shirt, oh yeah, because we actually had her come over for a tribal workshop here. And that's when I got the shirt. She didn't give out shirts just for the Tribal League members. She gave it to me because she came for a workshop that I held here at the facility one time. That was cool. Okay, so questions, guys. Any questions, anybody? Nancy?
Do the workshop again and invite her again.
Yeah, exactly. Now that I get more people involved in it again, that might be an option again, exactly. But not this year. Not this year. Ain't happening this year. But yeah, maybe another year. And as we're all getting better, we might be able to all together, you know, do the World Tribal Winter League. But Lucy is not there yet because she doesn't have the idea yet enough of pushing the ball in my direction. She understands to push it in my direction, but she doesn't know how to direct it yet properly. So she is she's lucky sometimes, and sometimes she isn't. So until they know how to push the ball in the correct direction with Carrie's dog, we know that. we are not able to do that. I think there's some rules or some minimum requirements for the dogs to take part of the league, and that's one of them is that they need to be able to push a ball to you out of like 10-foot distance or something. So it's not far, but they need to know how to direct it to you. And even Luz has not grasped that concept yet. Until I can go outside and practice with her on uneven ground outside, it will be hard for her to catch that. I need the uneven ground for her to grasp the concept better, I think. Not happening yet. But yeah, cool. Yeah, and we might have to invite her again. That's right. Okay, anything else, you guys? Questions about anything we did today? Raise your hand.
I have a question about that spin.
That spin that Dexter did?
He does it all, not every time, but intermittently. So I don't know how to stop it. And I don't know that there's any rules against it, but it slows him down if you were going for time.
Yeah, I think as he's getting clearer in understanding what he needs to do, and he's more focused. Hold on just a sec. If she's once he's more focused on the task he needs to do, those spins should diminish as he's understanding. I have a goal to go to, right? I have this target met to go to. There's a goal. Then I don't think he will spin anymore. The spinning comes because he's like, hey, do I really have to go on to the next, or can I stop here already? You know, so it's kind of like other dogs bark and he's spinning. I think it's a little bit of a not exactly sure what he has to do thing. Does that make sense?
It does, but he does it all the time, so I don't know. But anyway,
all the time, right?
I'd rather have the spin than the bark, so I'm good.
Exactly. I think that's true. Rather the spin. I think it's. I don't want to discourage it because it's a nice way of showing either a little bit frustration or a little bit not knowing what to do. Gosh, can't come up with the word right now. It's on my tongue, but it's missing. In confidence a little bit, right? So I think but it's a nice way to show that. So and it might just be happiness too. It might just be he's like, I'm so happy to do this with you, right? And if it's just happiness, I would definitely leave it. I don't think it's too bad of a deal. But you might see that it diminishes as soon as you have a very clear. And this is what we're doing right now. We're going from A to B, and you have that very clear. He might just do that. You might find that when you have shorter sequences, if you shorten your expectations in your sequences, that he might not spin as much all of a sudden. So play with that around a little bit and see if he will spin more. The more complex your exercises you're asking, if he spins less, if you make it less complex.